What is up, Miami Heat fans? Happy Friday evening and welcome back into the Heat Report by Chat Sports. First watch party in about 9 days. The All-Star break has come to a conclusion. NBA basketball is back and Miami restarts the rest of their season on the road in Atlanta against the Hawks. Heat come into this one 29-27. But just a couple games back of the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. So if Miami rattles off a strong 26-game run here, they could absolutely be avoiding the play-in for the first time in 3-4 seasons and outright be in the postseason. A bad 26-game stretch, and Miami will be right back in the play-in, and fans will be hoping they lose the play-in to get a lottery pick in a loaded NBA draft class. This next stretch of games will determine a lot for the Miami Heat. This is the first night of a back-to-back. They return home to play the Memphis Grizzlies, who are tanking right now, on Saturday evening. So Miami, with a win on the road today, has a very good chance to start their final 26 games with back-to-back wins. Tyler Herro is back for the Miami Heat tonight. Has only appeared in 11 games this season due to a foot injury, due to a rib injury, but now is in the lineup, but not starting. He is coming off of the bench. Miami actually going with the starting lineup of Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Pelle Larsson, and Bam Adebayo. So Kel'el Ware back to the bench. Herro off the bench, Jaquez off the bench. It's a strong three-man bench unit. You imagine Kasparas Jakucionis will be in the fold somewhere as well. It's going to be a very fascinating watch tonight to see how Erik Spoelstra navigates Herro being back in the lineup and how his rotations are with a fully healthy team. The only player not active for Miami, well, it's Terry Rozier. So 14 out of the 15 players are active today. It'll be interesting to see how Erik Spoelstra handles it all. Appreciate everybody joining us here on Friday night. Let me know where you're watching from down in the comment section. Shout out your city for me. As we always start our show this way, we got 65 people in the building here early on. Where are the real ones watching from? Let me see. We got JJ in the building. We got Ty Man in Ohio. We got Brian Aycock in Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to the OG. His birthday this past week. Shout out to the OG. We got Frankie in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hopkinsville, Kentucky. What's up, Maddie? Apachito in Oklahoma. As always, the Slaying Cat in Boca Raton. Louder in Miami. Zezus in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We got a lot of real ones in the building here as we return back to the fold here. We'll be live tomorrow for the game as well as we ramp up our watch party coverage. Now, as we ramp up our coverage, I will miss some time, unfortunately. Don't want to spoil the fun of being back here with Heat games, but next week is the NFL Combine. That takes priority here, so Heat play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I will unable to go live on Tuesday and Saturday, so only one watch party next week. And then with NFL free agency in a week and a half after that, we're not going to be live that week either. So just stick with me, folks. I'm sorry. This season has been a little bit more complicated than others. Y'all know, if you've been with the channel, that we do close to 65, 70 games out of the 82-game regular season live in our first 2 years. It's going to be probably closer to like 40, 45 this year. Just with the schedule and the NFL ramping up, my duties being a lot more NFL-driven nowadays here at the company. We missing more games, unfortunately, than we originally used to. But we do appreciate everybody still hanging out and watching with us. It should be a fun one today. Mr. Gio getting the Super Chat started tonight. Shout out to Mr. Gio, the legend. A Hall of Famer in the building. What's up, Rolly? Let's go Heat. Miami and Westchester. Let's freaking go, baby. It's going to be fun tonight to be back. Listen, I know a lot of people are going to want the Heat to lose because they want to prioritize tanking and maybe even getting a lottery pick. And I know for a fact the Heat will not be doing that. So you can root for it if you want, but it's not going to happen. They're going to try to win these games, and they have a good chance to really start the post-All-Star break schedule strong. Like I said, you win tonight, you're 2.5-point favorites, you're fully healthy for the first time in a long time, then you return home and play the tanking Grizzlies. That's a chance to go 2-0. You win both those games, guess what? You're 4 games above 500. You're 31-27. So let's see if they can go get a win tonight. Terrence Hill with a super chat. We'll get to that in 1 second, but we got to tell you about today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Today's stream is brought to you by Prize Picks, and we're in the home stretch of the basketball season, which means every dunk, every board, every dime means more on Prize Picks. And right now, you can get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 only on Prize Picks. It's so simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you are correct, you could cash in. And if you're not someone who likes basketball that much, well, guess what? You can do golf. You can do hockey. Baseball's just around the corner. Prize Picks lets you customize the way you play. They have a great feature, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might not have to wait until the game finishes to cash out and make some money. My entry for today's action around the association, I'm going less on Davion Mitchell, 8.5 points. He was questionable for this game with an illness. Herro back in the lineup for Miami. Going more on Zaccharie Risacher, 8.5 points for the Hawks. And going less on Bryce Sensabaugh, 21.5 points in that Jazz game against Memphis. It's a tank fest. I think he goes less. Join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks right now. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Holy crap. Appreciate Prize Picks. I just saw a video of a nasty injury in the Olympics. Oh, man, I was absolutely mind blown. I had a loss for words over the video I just saw. Shout out Terrence Hill, though, with the $5 super chat. 2 $5 super chats to start off today. I absolutely love it. What does that mean? It means we're going to spin the wheel a couple times. Same super chat menu as always, folks. $5, we spin the wheel. $10, we do 10 push-ups. And $20 gets you into the Heat Report Hall of Fame. And we do a beer bong to celebrate our Hall of Fame. Starting to get to that bottom level. Shout out to the legends. We already have a couple Hall of Famers in the building. Brian Aycock, Mr. Gio, Apachito, Slaying Cat. 4 Hall of Fame. Terrence Hill's in the Hall of Fame. 5 Hall of Famers. Shout out to all of the real ones in the building. But as we always will ask, and if you want to get into the Super Chat menu, you are gladly appreciated. But who you got? Do you got the Heat or you got the Hawks tonight? First game out of the All-Star break for both teams. Who wins? Miami or Atlanta? 85% of the live chat going with the Heat. We got a lot of people in the chat going with Miami as well. Tyson, Terrence, Tyman, Pineapple, Slaying Cat. Brian Aycock. Oh, don't play with my boss. Don't play with Boston right now, OG. Don't play with him. Don't play with him. William says he's going to send a $500 super chat. William, you do that. I'm chugging 3 beers at once. We're doing a beer boot. We're having the craziest party of all time. But you can't listen. There's nothing people like or hate more than a little super chat bait. It's not very nice. Oh, wait, Atlanta played yesterday? I didn't think they did. So this is the second night of a back-to-back for them? Is it? Did they play yesterday? I didn't think they did. Let's see here. They did. That's on me. They beat them. Beat Philly in Philly. All right. Well, that shows how much I watched last night. I was kind of convinced that they played yesterday. Or convinced that they didn't. Frankie says, cover the Panthers. I can't, man. I don't know hockey. I know people have asked me to cover the Florida Panthers. I just don't know hockey, man. I don't know hockey. I just think it would be a train wreck. And I'll be honest, I don't really like hockey that much. So I don't think I could give it you all. I don't think I could give it your all, unfortunately. I don't think I can. So not doing it. I know Mr. Gio wants it. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I wish I could. If I cared about hockey, maybe. But I just don't. It's one of my least favorite sports. I just don't understand it. It's fun to watch sometimes when it's in the playoffs, but you couldn't catch me dead watching a regular season hockey game. My favorite sports, there's just too much sports to watch too. I could only use so much time in my day, right? I watch the NBA, obviously the NFL, and then when I'm not watching the Heat and it's not football season, I'm watching college basketball. I can't add NHL into that. That's way too much. And on the weekends, all I do is watch the PGA Tour. I love golf, big golf guy. So there's too much. I'm getting pulled in too many directions. I have to cut out some sports. No NHL for me. And then the summer comes around, I'm all in on baseball. It's all about the Mets. So it's tough. It's tough for me to convince myself to get into another sport. I'm telling you, it's tough for me to get into another sport. Shout out to the OG, Brian A. Cock. Shout out to the OG. Drink up, my friend. Go Heat and fins up. Acock getting on the Hall of Fame board again. We'll do a couple wheel spins as well as we celebrate the Super Chats coming in. You guys are legendary as always. Let's get that wheel of ideal on screen and spin it. First one is for Mr. Gio. Second one's for Terrence Hill. Mr. Gio with a spin here. Mr. Gio. Oh, boy. For the next 3 minutes, it's 6:27. Well, 7:27 when it's 7:30 Eastern time. Cutting it off. 50% off our Super Chat menu right now for the next 3 minutes. This one, I'll make it 6 minutes. Make it 6 minutes. So we got 50% off our Super Chat menu till 7:33, which means $10 gets you into the Hall of Fame, $5 is push-ups, and any Super Chat is a wheel spin. Back-to-back 50% off for 3 minutes. It's kind of crazy. But that is what the wheel landed on. So 50% off this menu for the next 6 minutes. And someone's taking advantage of it. Mr. Gio gets into the Hall of Fame again. Gets into the Hall of Fame again. Where did I put the beer, the Merbonga? Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is, folks. I don't think someone... This doesn't look very clean. Train wreck. Train wreck, I tell you. Oh, man. Let me see. Let's get Mr. Gio's Super Chat on screen. Is it not showing up yet? Miami Hurricanes baseball. I can't care about college baseball one bit. Care about college baseball one bit. Wait a minute. What is this? We got bots? We got bots in the building? Bots? Why the hell are there bots up in here? Since when does a Heat stream get bots? Not often does that happen. Not often does that happen. Shout out to the OG, Brian A. Shout out to the OG. I know, bots are crazy. Shout out to the OG. We had over 100 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon. If you're ready for the game, like that video about 10 minutes away from tip-off. If you want the Heat to win, Hit the like button. There's no way to jinx it. We're at 34 likes. That's good. We need to get to 50. 16 likes away from 50. Hit that like button. Let's get there right now. Let's get there right now. Whew. Starting lineup for the Hawks tonight. Let me actually go find that. I haven't seen it yet. The Atlanta Hawks starting lineup tonight is Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Zaccharie Risacher, Jalen Johnson, and Onyeka Okongwu. No shocker there whatsoever. That's the normal starting lineup post-Trae Young for Atlanta. Like I mentioned, if you weren't already aware, he are going with Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Pelle Larsson, and Bam Adebayo as their starting lineup tonight, even with Tyler Herro back into the fold, returning for the first time since what? Late December, early January? He's only played in 11 games this year. Heat, final 26 games, 14 at home, 12 on the road. How about out of the 26 games left, 22 of them are against the Eastern Conference. So only 4 games against the West left. One of them being against the Grizzlies tomorrow. Another one being against the Rockets next Saturday. So, going to be certainly intriguing there. 9th easiest schedule remaining for Miami. So, certainly an opportunity to stack some wins and maybe avoid the play-in. Like I mentioned, after the 76ers lost last night, the Heat are 1.5 games behind Philadelphia for the 6th seed. Sounds like it will be Philadelphia, Orlando, and Miami fighting for that 6th seed, which is the final playoff spot solidified. Right now, the 3 seed would be the Knicks. That's who we would match up with in the first round if you got the 6th seed. If the Heat stayed at the 8th seed right now, they would play the Pistons in the first round, assuming they made the playoffs. 130 people watching. Make sure you get that thumbs up icon pressed as we're looking to get to 50 likes before tip-off. We need 9 more. Hit that thumbs up icon as we talk about the most recent super chat here. Brian Aycock, OG, saying local sports talk radio is talking about NBA changing lottery to prevent tanking. What's the word on that? Sham Charania reported like 8 different ideas that the NBA are going to discuss this offseason to try to prevent tanking. One of them is flatten lottery odds, so every team that misses the playoffs has the same exact chance for the number 1 pick and same exact chances for any pick, which means you really have no reason to lose games down the stretch. You want to make the playoffs, or you all have the same odds. Like the Heat, if they finished as the 9th seed in the East and missed the playoffs, would have the same odds as the number 1 pick as the team who finished with the worst record. So that's an intriguing one. There's an idea of freezing lottery odds on a random day. There's a discussion of doing the same thing of freezing the lottery odds at the trade deadline, which only would hurt. Would kill it. Like, I don't know. People would tank before the trade deadline, I think, and then, yeah, the rest of the season would matter. I don't know. The one that's intriguing is the fact one of the ideas includes play-in teams. So lottery would include play-in teams, which would obviously benefit the Miami Heat because they're always in the play-in and never in the lottery. But they would be in the lottery even if they made the playoffs from the play-in. So there's a lot of different ideas there. It's very fascinating. We'll see what ultimately happens this offseason, if anything changes. Although I do think something changes, at least to a degree. Something definitely will change. But what will be the change? That is TBD. Come on, I hate to keep asking for likes, guys, but we're at 45. Let's get to 50 likes. If you want the Heat to win tonight, like the video. No reason to jinx it. Hit that thumbs up icon, and let's get to 50 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. Someone says, am I Russian? No. My last name, which is Roloff, has a German/Polish descent. Personally, I am 50% Italian, 49% German, and 1% Irish. That's my kind of pie, if you will. So, got to 50 likes. Appreciate you guys as we look to climb. How are you guys feeling about the Miami Heat right now? Returning from the All-Star break, I think a much-needed 9-day kind of gap as fans were a little bit down on Miami after the trade deadline, a couple bad losses. Has that changed? Are we feeling better? Like, I'm not asking in terms of being a competing team. Like, if 10 is, oh, I am glued in, I'm so excited, I love them, where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Kane Angels at a 5. I would say I'm at a 5-5. Like, I'm still not thrilled because of all of the antics with this front office, and I don't think we have the greatest future in the world, but that's where I'm at. I'm at a 5-5. Acoc's at a 6. Angry's at a 6. Eric is at a 6. Tyson 5. Pineapple a 6. So it's like most people early on here. Benny is a 6. Like most people between 5 and 6, which would basically be where I'm at a 5-5. Apachito's at a 7. Trini's at a 5. Shamar at a 4. Very interesting. Mr. Gio's a 5. I think a 5-5 is a very fair score. 3.5 for Marian. Apachito with the highest score so far at a 7 says, I'm a delusional Heat lifer. Listen, fairs, I'm still very critical of this front office. It's just it. Is Alonzo Mourning still in the front office? Absolutely. Absolutely. Dig Dog with a 4. Javier says a solid 2. I'm interested to see how this Heat team plays fully healthy, right? First time fully healthy. Kind of crazy to think that, but it's the truth. I also, I have a great question that I want to ask. Give me a second here. I want to ask this question. But first, let me mix it, right? Should Tyler Herro be starting? Herro back from injury tonight. First time since late December, early January, coming off of the bench. Is that the right thing? If you say yes, you want Herro in the starting lineup. If you say no, you like what Spoelstra's doing. I see a lot of no's. So a lot of people believing it is smart to keep Herro on the bench. That seems like most people agree with Eric Spoelstra's decision to bring Herro off the bench. Fairs. I agree. I said it in my video on either Wednesday or Thursday. I forget which one. But I said absolutely when Herro returns, he should be coming off of the bench. I also said I wanted to start Kasparas Jakucionis. They're not doing that. But they did make the right decision, in my opinion, to bring Herro off the bench. It's just like he's only playing 11 games. Like, he just doesn't have a lot of experience playing with these guys. So it's tough to really justify putting him in the starting lineup. But we'll see what happens with him off the bench. Certainly adds another scoring punch. I always say this, though. what does it matter who starts the game? All that matters is who finishes, right? Like, to me, I don't care who's in the starting five. I care about who's playing the last 5 minutes of a close game. That's all I care about. Starting lineups for both teams: Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Pelle Larsson, Andrew Wiggins, and Bam Adebayo for Miami. With the Atlanta Hawks, they're going with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Zaccharie Risacher, and Onyeka Okongwu. We are tipped off in Miami. We're locked and loaded, folks. Heat win the tip. They're wearing their road whites tonight. And Bam misses a jumper to start, but the Heat get an offensive rebound and have another chance. Norman Powell, the all-star for Miami, has it. Pick and roll with Bam. Pocket pass Adebayo. Free throw line jumper. That's too strong. So Bam out of the all-star break. 0 for 2 from the field. Jalen Johnson, also an all-star, darts it inside the Risacher. Blocked by Wiggins. Heat in transition. Larsson to the rim. Can't finish. Davion Mitchell with the rebound. Kick out to Powell, and he misses the three. So he 0 of 4 from the field to start this one. And now the other way comes Atlanta. Risacher 3, no good. So the Hawks missing their first 2 shots. Miami 0 of 4. And the first minute is fast and furious tonight. Settle into this one. Bam driving baseline on Okongwu. Fouled and one! Bam Adebayo with the and one. Starts the game 0 for 2 from the field, but gets a foul and the bucket that time and puts Miami up 2-0 with a chance to make it 3-0. And he does not. So Bam hits the floater, but 0 for 3 in jump shots, free throw line, a mid-range, and a 3. Risacher, pick and roll, over to Daniels. Dyson Daniels drives, spins, kicks. It's Jalen Johnson with a corner 3. Rattles in and out. Adebayo with the board. He'll bring it up for Miami. Swings it over to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell attacks Risacher. Loses the handle and swings it to the corner. Wiggins driving on Nickeil Alexander-Walker, spinning, free throw line jumper, too strong. Rebound Daniels. Dyson Daniels driving, Euro stepping, and throws it away. Stolen away by Davion Mitchell. Outlet ahead to Larsson, who puts it home. And the Heat jump out to a 4-0 lead. Defense to offense for Miami. Pelle Larsson, man. I love watching him hoop. Jalen Johnson thought about a 3, pulls it down, drops it down into Okongwu, who misses the right hook shot. Wiggins with the board. Wiggins pushing. Powell to the corner at Adebayo 3. Way off. Oh, my. That was an air ball. That was ugly. Bam struggling with his shot here early. Jalen Johnson driving. Loses the handle. Gets it back. His 3. No. Heat with the rebound. Atlanta scoreless through the first 3 minutes. Heat out and running. Powell left wing 3. Good! And the Heat go in front 7-zip after 3 minutes. Nickeil Alexander-Walker directing traffic. Okongwu corner 3. He rattles it home, and that's how the Hawks get on the board for the first time tonight. Okongwu averaging 16 points a game. Bam. Attacking here early. Hits the right hook shot over Okongwu. He's got 4 of the first 9 points for Miami. Adebayo had 27 points in the final game before the All-Star break on the 11th. Heat get another steal. Bam out and running. Finds the trailing Davion Mitchell. Back to Bam. Adebayo attacking. Gets to the rim. And finishes. Heat up 11-3. Adebayo with 6 points. The Hawks call timeout. They can't handle the Heat here early in Atlanta. They need a TO. Spam those fireball emojis. Spam those fireball emojis. Bam with a tough start, shooting, but attacking the rim relentlessly and has been able to get a couple buckets at the rim. Kane Angel, Maddie, Pineapple, Slaying Cat, Gentle. Spam those fireball emojis. Come on, get the chat on fire. Get that chat on fire, baby. Heat off to a 11-3 start. Adebayo with 6 points. Norman Powell with a 3 and Larsson with a 2. I mean, 6 shots for Adebayo in the first 4 minutes of this game. I don't know if I've seen Bam take a shot or take that many shots in the first 4 minutes of a game, I think, ever. 6? That's a lot. It's a lot of shots. 6 in the first 4 minutes. Shout out to Briel, Apachito, Angry, Mokai, Eric. He'd off to a hot start early here. Getting it done defensively. He'd already have a couple steals, a block shot. Andrew Wiggins rejected a shot from Risacher inside. Impressive start so far for Miami. Coming out of the All-Star break rejuvenated. See if Miami can keep their gas foot on the pedal. I will say, very lucky schedule break in this one for the Heat. Heat haven't played in 11 days, fully rested, fully healthy. Hawks played last night. It's kind of a tough break there for Atlanta to have to play a back-to-back Thursday, Friday, and that second night of a back-to-back being played against a team that hasn't played in 9 days. Like tomorrow, the Heat play a back-to-back, but they're playing the Grizzlies, who are also on the second night of a back-to-back because they're playing tonight. So kind of a brutal schedule there by the NBA to give the Hawks Miami, who's fresh, on their second night of a back-to-back. All right, we're about to get back into action here. Heat leading 11-3. 4 minutes into this one. Okongwu handing it off to Alexander-Walker. He drives inside and puts home a floater. Home run signing by this Hawks front office this offseason and for agency. NAW's been fantastic. Lead down to 6 for the Heat here early. They try to get Wiggins involved but can't get it to him. Powell with 8 on the shot clock has to go. Loses the handle, turns it over. Risacher with the steal. Up and running. Risacher to the rim. Can't finish. He goes flying. Adebayo at the board. Heat have 5-on-4. Davion Mitchell to Wiggins. Left wing 3. Good! And the Heat go up 9. Zaccharie Risacher might be the worst number 1 overall pick in the history of the NBA. I said it immediately when they took him, and boy, is it look true. Alexander-Walker with a bucket inside to cut the lead down to 7. Wiggins, probing, driving baseline on Jalen Johnson, has to kick it out. Powell gets stripped, and it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Miami. 6 on the shot clock. Substitutions here for the Heat. Kel'el Ware and Jaime Jaquez in. Adebayo and Larsson go to the bench. Davion Mitchell set to inbound from the baseline. Drops it off to Wiggins. Wiggins, 4 on the shot clock. Wiggins, does he realize? Now does. Has to take a step back 2. Air ball, shot clock violation. I will say Risacher was worse than Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett, although was a surprise, was still a relatively I think, highly thought of prospect coming out of UNLV. I don't think many, like, I had Risacher 4 on my board, but it was a weak class. And I said it in my pre-draft scouting profile. I don't think this guy has the ability to be a star player. Davion Mitchell with a steal. Heat out and running. And it's a lob to Ware. Ware is blocked, gets it back and puts it in. So Ware would not be denied there. That was a great rejection by Risacher in transition. Heat up 9. Dyson Daniels running the pick and roll on the baseline. Finds C.J. McCollum. McCollum driving, kicking. Okongwu's already made 1 3. Can't make this one. It rattled out. Heated the other way. Powell lobbing to Ware. And Ware puts it home. Back-to-back dunks for Ware. And the Heat have an 11-point lead. Risacher looking for the answer. Turnaround elbow jumper, no good. Rebound Atlanta. Davion Mitchell with the strip. Heat running, looking to extend their lead. Jaquez turns it over inside. There's classic Jaime selfishly driving into traffic and turning it over. Okongwu has position inside, gets it, and is fouled. I think 2 free throws coming for Atlanta. I agree, Gentle. I had Sarr as my number 1 player in that 2024 class. I had Alex Sarr 1, Nikola Jovic 2, Matas Buzelis 3, Risacher 4, Stephon Castle 5, Reed Shepherd 6. Who was 7? Connect was 7. I think 8 I had Jared McCain. 9 I had Devin Carter. I can remember him. Couple more substitutions for Miami. Tyler Herro back in, along with Jakucionis. So a lot of substitutions early in this one. Herro's got it, defended by Dyson Daniels. First game action for him in a while. Hawk is attacking, finds the cutting Jakucionis on the baseline, who swings it out to Wiggins. His three-pointer, air ball. Jalen Johnson attacking, spinning on Jakucionis. Great defense. Gets the stop. The rookie walling up, defending Johnson. Here comes Jaquez. Jakucionis gets it and swings it to Herro. Herro attacking. Has a step. Pulls up for a floater. Too strong for Herro. Can't fall. Hawks are 3 of 14 from the field today. Dyson Daniels driving on Herro with the up and under, fouled on the floor, and it will be side out with 13 on the shot clock. 4:38 to go in the first period. Heat up 10. Miami with another substitution. Pelle Larsson in for Wiggins. A lot of quick subs for Miami tonight. Corey Kispert drops it off to Jock Landale. Now over to Johnson. Johnson at the elbow. Rises over Jaquez and misses. But Landale gets the board inside. And then it's knocked out of bounds. Good hands by Jakucionis. They'll stay with Atlanta. Kispert on a curl, inside, missing, rebound Atlanta, and they get a second chance bucket. 18-10. Jakucionis swinging it to Herro. Ware now in the corner. Ware driving baseline on Landale, spinning, right hook shot, air ball. Couple air balls for Miami tonight. Ware with an air ball, Bam with an air ball, Wiggins with an air ball. It's been ugly. Corey Kispert, corner, pump fake. Oh, he was fouled. Oh, they're going to say on the floor, Jakucionis fouled Kispert before the three-point shot, and it'll be side out. I mean, that wasn't even a foul. That's a horrible foul. Ridiculous. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, pick and roll, walks into a three, too strong. Ware gobbles up the rebound. Herro to the corner. Jakucionis gets it back. A little give and go. And Herro teardrops it home. The Giant Slayer badge equipped. A little good two-man game between Herro and Jakucionis. Londell with the three. No. Rebound for Yak. Up ahead to Herro. Herro accelerating. Trailing Ware. Left wing three. No good. Good movement from Miami. Got an open look. Heat 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. Jalen Johnson attacking Jaquez, banks it home. First score of the game for the All-Star. Averaging 23.5 this season. Larsson quickly the other way. Teardrops it home. Larsson with 4 points in the quarter. He up by 10 again. Jalen Johnson driving on Jakucionis, gets inside and finishes. That's a mismatch. Johnson too big, too quick, too strong for the 19-year-old rookie. Johnson guarding Jakucionis. Jakucionis slithering inside, can't finish. Good move, got to finish that. CJ McCollum the other way. Works a two-man game with Londell. McCollum to the rim. Can't hit the floater, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Atlanta, and it will be Heat ball. We'll take a break in the action here. 22-14, Heat lead. 2:12 to go in quarter number one. We got to tell you about today's sponsor. Today's stream is brought to you by Prize Picks, and we're in the home stretch of the basketball season, which means every dunk, every board, every dime means more on Prize Picks. And right now, you can get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 only on Prize Picks. It's so simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you are correct, you could cash in. And if you're not someone who likes basketball that much, well, guess what? You can do golf. You can do hockey. Baseball's just around the corner. Prize Picks lets you customize the way you play. They have a great feature, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might not have to wait until the game finishes to cash out and make some money. My entry for today's action around the association, I'm going less on Davion Mitchell, 8.5 points. He was questionable for this game with an illness. Herro back in the lineup for Miami. Going more on Zaccharie Risacher, 8.5 points for the Hawks. And going less on Bryce Sensabaugh, 21.5 points in that Jazz game against Memphis. It's a tank fest. I think he goes less. Join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks right now. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Mitchell with no points. Bryce Sensabaugh with 3 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. So good there. Will Risacher score 9 points tonight? Honestly, I don't know anymore. He's 0 for 4. Not good. Showtime Sports Review with the $5 Super Chat. Sorry, I meant to stream in a minute. Well, we haven't streamed in 9 days because that was the last Heat game. Sorry to hear about your grandma. Prayers up. I hope we're in the lottery and get Acuff or Kingston Flemings, if not top 3. Well, Kingston Flemings, I think, is going top 5. I think he is absolutely in the top 5 with Peterson, Caleb Wilson, DeBansta, and Cam Boozer. So I just think unless Miami misses the playoff and wins the lottery or moves up to the top 3 of the lottery or 4, they stand no chance to get Flemings. Now, Acuff's interesting. I have Acuff as a lottery guy right now. Some people wouldn't because he doesn't play a lot of defense, is a little bit undersized in terms of height, only being 6'2", 6'3". And we've just seen a lot of these smaller guards that don't defend get phased out of the NBA. But, yeah, I mean, I would be thrilled if the Heat got Darius Acuff at the end of the lottery or just outside the lottery at 15, 16. I also am big on LeBaron Philon from Alabama. I have him as a top 10 player in this class. We'll see where he ultimately goes. But I'm telling you what, I'm getting the itch to do my scouting again. It's a lot of fun just getting into it. All right, 2:10 remains in the first quarter. Heat up 8. Bam Adebayo back in from Ware, so the quick substitutions continuing here. Jakucionis leading this here. Over to Bam. Herro, Bam, pick and roll. Herro gets to the rim and finishes. Herro with 4 points in the quarter. He's 2 or 3 from the field. Love that little two-man action between Herro and Bam off of the feed from Jakucionis. Nickeil Alexander-Walker being harassed by Larsson. Good defense by Powell. And Jakucionis with the steal. Jakucionis swings it to Jaquez. Jaime, walk-in 3. No good. Bam keeps it alive. Jakucionis picks up the loose ball. Herro wide open, left wing 3. Kaboom! Herro's got 7. Heat clicking on all cylinders. Up 13. McCollum fouled. Whoa. Where's the foul? That's Jakucionis' second. Bad call. Herro in his first quarter back from injury, 7 points. McCollum gets the switch. Bam defending. They're trying to get to Jock Landale inside. They get it to him. Larsson is the defender. And Landale just turns around and flips it up and in. Jakucionis crossing the timeline. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. Bam faces up. Now backing down on Landale. Pump fake up and under. Oh, pretty footwork. Adebayo. He's got 8 points. Corey Kispert to the rim. Absolutely deterred by Bam. And Bam knocks it off of Kispert's foot. Bam doing it on both ends. One-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So Heat will hold for 1 and take a double-digit lead into the second quarter. Well, Jaquez just got ripped. So the Hawks have a chance to get within 11 or 10. 3 on the clock. Alexander-Walker, sidestep 3 over Larsson. No good. Heat dodge a bullet there. Jaquez with a second turnover of the quarter. Unacceptable. Heat up 13. What a start in this one for Miami. Good to have Tyler Herro back. 7 first quarter points. Type those 14s. Excuse me. Type those 14s. Type those 14s for me in the chat. Creamy Codemaster, Trini, Pineapple, Angry. Yeah, listen. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts on Bam, Herro, people in this lineup, myself included. The truth is, we just all want to see Heat wins. We want to see a winning product on the court that can contend in the playoffs. We don't care who it is. We just want a contending Heat basketball team. And I'm not saying they're going to contend, but I don't care if it's Herro. I don't care if it's Ware. I don't care if it's Jakucionis. Hell, I don't even care if it's Dru Smith. Whoever helps the Heat be a contender, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Another super chat coming in. We'll get it on screen when it comes into our software here in just 1 second. But with 350 people watching, want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm Nick Roloff. We're going to bring you daily Heat content, whether it's a watch party, a video, a YouTube short. We have you covered with everything around the Miami Heat, whether it's their playoff run, whether it's the offseason trade rumors, the NBA draft. Hit that sub button on the road to 28K. Join us. Join us. We're also in sub-only mode, so if you want to comment in the live chat, got to be subscribed. Got to be subscribed. But $5 super chat from M Sports Review. Love LeBaron Philon too. This may be me biased Kansas fan. I know we don't need him, but I'd be insanely happy if we got Flory Badinga. Yeah, Badinga's been phenomenal for Kansas this year. Really been a revelation for them. It's why they are still really, really good without Peterson playing as much as people would hope him to. Just don't really see that as a need for Miami. Plus, I think it would be more of a round 2 guy. Back in action here, and we start with a missed 3 from Jock Landale. Heat with the board. Jakucionis with a killer cross. He should have taken that to the rim. Kicked it out to Herro instead. Step back 3. No good. See, that was a great move by Jak. He's got to go to the rim with conviction and finish that after creating that space. Jock Landale comes up short on a 3. Jaquez saves it to Bam. Heat out and running. Herro driving to the rim, gets to the rim, and lays it up and in. Tyler Herro with 9 points in his return. 15-point Heat lead. Heat in a really good rhythm here early. CJ McCollum gets a screen from Daniels, crossover into a 3. Good contest by Jakucionis, no good. Bam with the board. Adebayo brings it up the floor. Finds a cutting Larsson. Larsson, Euro step floater. Oh, he had a point-blank look and missed it. Got to finish that. McCollum splits a double team and finishes at the rim. The veteran cooked Miami in Miami a couple weeks ago. He's got 4 points. Jaquez driving on Muhammad Gay. Pretty spin move. Little lingerie on the deck. Muhammad Gay doesn't know where he is. Oh, but the Heat don't get back on defense, and Corey Kispert with an easy dunk. Got to get back, folks. Got to get back. 13-point lead. Herro guarded by Kispert. Crossover. Drives inside. Kicks out to the rookie Jakucionis for a catch-and-shoot 3. Too strong. Hawks in transition. Kispert 3. Rattles it home. And Miami's going to call a quick timeout here. 33-23. Heat up 10. Spo wants to talk it over after a little bit of a Hawks run. 5-0 Hawks run to get this back to a 10-point game. If you're just joining us here, Heat off to a hot start. Not hitting their threes, but they've been able to generate a lot of good looks at the rim. Tyler Herro in his return has 9 first-half points. Bam has 8. Heat's defense has done the job, forcing 4 turnovers and 33% shooting for Atlanta thus far. Woo! How's everybody's Friday night? Everyone's Friday night doing good? I hope so. I hope so. If you have not already, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. We have 330 people watching. Only 87 likes, though. Let's get to 100 right now. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's get 200 likes. We're 13 away. 7 likes away. Let's get to 100 before we return to action. Listen, I appreciate the question, Gentle, but we're not talking NFL on this channel. This is a basketball channel. Two likes away from 100. Hit that thumbs up button. Come on, let's get there. We're back in action, and we're at 99 likes. Some substitutions for Miami. Davion Mitchell and Myron Gardner in, fresh off that standard contract, elevated from a two-way to that standard deal. That was official on Wednesday. Davion Mitchell drives to the rim, kicks to Bam. Adebayo corner three, no good. Bam now 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Oh, CJ McCollum, pretty step back, but Herro did a good job closing there. Forces a dish to Dyson Daniels. Daniels to the rim, can't finish. Ball tipped out. Herro secures. Herro out and running. He attacks the rim. No rim protector there, but Herro can't finish. Ball out of bounds. It will be awarded to Miami, but the Hawks could get this changed. Officials coming together and changing it to Atlanta. Nine minutes left in the first half. Jock Landale at the top of the key dishes it to a Daniels who got free and one. Back cut found him, and the Hawks looking to inch closer here have an and one opportunity. Good piece, good pass from the top of the key, Jock Landale. Dyson Daniels averaging 11.5 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Misses the free throw, so the lead stays at 8. Myron Gardner over to Jaquez. Jaquez attacking Jalen Johnson. Gets 2 feet in the paint, gets to his right hand, and banks it home. If you're Atlanta, you can't let Jaquez get to that right hand. He finishes well. Dyson Daniels pick and roll with Landale inside. Bam! Strips him. Loose ball. Daniels recollects. They're trying to get to Landale. They double Landale. Landale backing down on Herro. Finds a cutting Daniels. Stripped by Davion Mitchell. Gets it back. 3 on the shot clock. Jalen Johnson at the buzzer. No. What a defensive possession by Miami. Herro driving on Risacher. Pump fake up and under. Fouled. 2 free throws coming for Tyler Herro, the Heat's leading scorer tonight. Off the bench in his return to the lineup. Chance to get to 10 and 11 points with a trip to the charity stripe. Got Risacher in the air and took advantage. Listen, you can say a lot about Tyler Herro, but he is a certified veteran bucket getter in the regular season. Herro makes the first free throw, gets in the double figures tonight. First player on either team to reach 10 points. As Andrew Wiggins checks in for Jaquez, Norman Powell waiting at the scores table for Tyler Herro. Herro makes both. And we'll stay in for a little bit here until the next dead ball. Jalen Johnson darts it inside, kicks around the horn. Johnson gets it back. His three-pointer is good. 7 points now for the first-time All-Star. Davion Mitchell attacking inside, cut off, kicks out to Wiggins. Wiggins missing the three. Rebound down to Atlanta. Here comes Alexander-Walker. Pick and roll with Okongwu. Pull-up elbow jumper. Misses everything. Out of bounds it goes. And Norman Powell will check in for Herro. Good first stint back for Tyler. 11 points. Wiggins to Bam. Bam faces up on Okongwu, backing down, spinning, gets to his left hand, finishes, and one! Bam! Adebayo! What a pretty move! The spin back to the left hand. And he'll go to the line for an and one opportunity. Type those 13s. Bam! Eating inside tonight. Chance to get up to 11 and tie the game high with Herro. He does not. He's 0 for 2 at the line today. Got to be better there. Bams has really struggled with his shot tonight. He's been getting to the rim and finishing well, but he can't hit anything that requires a jump shot. Jalen Johnson, tough floater. Great defense, Myron Gardner. He'd get another stop. Miami out and running. Powell with a trailing three. Way off. Rebound Jalen Johnson running in transition. Risacher to Johnson to the corner. Alexander-Walker wide open. Doesn't miss many of those. Good transition look there for Atlanta. Bam. Baseline drive on Okongwu. Gets a step. Misses the reverse layup. Too strong. Rebound Risacher. Johnson out and running. Johnson baseline drive. A lot of contact. No call. Heat have numbers. 5-on-4. Myron Gardner. Out to Mitchell. Swung to Powell. Wide open Norman Powell 3. Good. Not the man to leave open. The 40% three-point shooter strikes again. He's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc tonight. Okongwu, hands off to Risacher. Risacher, guarded by Gardner, resets it. Alexander-Walker step back. Good. Back-to-back threes for NAW. Powell looking for another. Too strong. Wiggins, offensive rebound. But they're going to call a foul on Myron Gardner inside. Little too physical. 10 points for NAW now. He averages 20 on the year. Pelle Larsson checking in. Bam takes a seat. Myron Gardner also out. I believe Kel'el Ware back in. Yes, indeed. Heat. A lot of substitutions today. Very quick. Limited, almost like hockey, feels like for Miami tonight. Heat up 8, Okongwu driving, kicking, McCollum, sidestep 3, and that's good. And the Hawks inch closer. The great equalizer, the three-point shot, 3 straight for Atlanta to bring them within 5. Davion Mitchell attacking the rim, flips it up and in. First bucket of the game for Davion. And then Larsson with a steal. Takes it from McCollum. Heat out and running. Wiggins in transition. Gets it taken away on the lob from Larsson. Atlanta now pushing the other way. Cut off and the Hawks will reset. Jalen Johnson with a drop off to Okongwu and a slam. I would like to see a timeout here. Heat kind of on their heels here. Atlanta making a push. Now trail by 5. Davion Mitchell turns it over. Dead ball turnover, but Hawks can inch closer again. Sixth turnover of the game for Miami. Excuse me. CJ McCollum, pick and roll, step back three over Wiggins, good. Atlanta can't miss. After starting the game poorly from the field, they're on an 11-2 run. They've hit their last 4 threes. Powell fouled by Dyson Daniels, and the veteran will earn a trip to the line. Powell makes the free throw there. Yeah, when CJ McCollum has owned us this year, just torching us left and right. Powell makes both. 4-point Heat lead here. Okongwu on the block, backing down on Ware. Norman Powell called for a reach-in foul as he went to go help. .332 to go here in the opening half. McCollum with a left wing three, and the Hawks are within one. My goodness, Atlanta has gone nuclear from three in this quarter. McCollum now with 13 off the bench. He's got 3 triples. Andrew Wiggins missing inside. Atlanta with a chance to take their first lead of the game. McCollum, heat check 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Atlanta. Alexander-Walker can't make the 3. And the Heat get lucky there. And then Wiggins called for a foul. Andrew Wiggins has been absolutely awful tonight. Horrendous. Timeout on the floor. It will be Hawks ball when we return. Let's tell you about today's sponsor. Today's stream is brought to you by Prize Picks, and we're in the home stretch of the basketball season, which means every dunk, every board, every dime means more on Prize Picks. And right now, you can get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 only on Prize Picks. It's so simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you are correct, you could cash in. And if you're not someone who likes basketball that much, well, guess what? You can do golf. You can do hockey. Baseball's just around the corner. Prize Picks lets you customize the way you play. They have a great feature, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might not have to wait until the game finishes to cash out and make some money. My entry for today's action around the association, I'm going less on Davion Mitchell, 8.5 points. He was questionable for this game with an illness. Herro back in the lineup for Miami. Going more on Zaccharie Risacher, 8.5 points for the Hawks. And going less on Bryce Sensabaugh, 21.5 points in that Jazz game against Memphis. It's a tank fest. I think he goes less. Join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks right now. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. Has not been a good second quarter for Miami as they have been outscored in this second period. 29-17. 2:55 to go, though. If you haven't already, please hit that sub button as we continue to bring you daily content. We'll be live again on Saturday night, tomorrow evening, for Heat Grizzlies as Miami looks to start the final 26-game stretch post-All-Star break with back-to-back wins. Miami has an opportunity to stack some wins here. Schedule in the next week or so, not the most difficult in the world. Atlanta tonight, then Memphis, then Milwaukee, Philadelphia, which will be a big game, Houston, but then Brooklyn, Charlotte. So you only play 2 NBA playoff caliber teams in your next 8-9 games. Chance to take advantage. But this team has been so inconsistent this year, I'm not confident they can. But the front office thinks they can compete, right? All right. CJ McCollum leading the way, 11 second quarter points. He's brought Atlanta all the way back from down 15 to down 1. Tyler Herro and Bam back in out of the timeout. 3-guard lineup. Larsson playing the 4. He'd get a stop. Good defense by Davion Mitchell on CJ McCollum. It's going to generate an open corner 3 for Powell. No good. It's a great look for Miami. Hawks on a 14-4 run. Never led in this game. Jalen Johnson at the free throw line, fouled by Davion Mitchell, I think before the shot. So it will be side out. Hawks will be in the bonus for the final 2.5 minutes. This is what you do when you run the risk of playing Larsson at the 4. Jalen Johnson has the size advantage over anyone but Bam defending him. Right now he's defended by Larsson. Okongwu driving inside. A foul will be called. It's Davion Mitchell. That is his 3rd foul. And I believe he will come out and Okongwu will head to the line. Chance to take the lead with 2 free throws here. Okongwu makes the first, and we're tied up. Andrew Wiggins back in, who's had just a miserable day. Okongwu misses the second, though, so Atlanta's first lead of the game will have to be put on hold for now. Larsson driving on McCollum. Kicks to the corner for Wiggins. Oh, Wiggins has lost confidence. Wiggins had an open 3. Passed it up, but Norman Powell is able to dart inside for a bucket. I mean, that's a shot Wiggins has to take, though. It's wide open corner 3, and he passed it up. Dyson Daniels driving on Herro. Kicks back out to Alexander-Walker. Minute 30 to play. Pull up 3. NAW. Can't hit it. Good rebound, Wiggins. Herro. Swoop through. Foul call. It will be 2 free throws for Tyler Herro. Dyson Daniels caught. Putting the hand in the cookie jar. At the line here. They'll be at the line for any foul rest of the way. Herro in his first game back in over a month and a half. Now has 12 first half points. Shooting 4 or 7 from the field. His return has been welcomed for this Heat offense. 3 of 3 at the line tonight as well. Makes it 4 as he gets the roll off the front rim and in. 90 seconds remain in the first half. Jalen Johnson gets the switch, now drives on Herro. And missing, but nobody there on the glass as Dyson Daniels gets the putback layup. Herro driving, turnaround, stripped, gets it back. Norman Powell now. 8 on the shot clock. Driving left. Gets by Daniels. And misses the floater. Offensive rebound, Larsson. And he puts it up and in. That's a gritty play by Pelle Larsson. He's got 6 points. Dyson Daniels losing the handle. That's going to be Atlanta ball. How is that off of Miami? And now the officials will convene. That ball was clearly an errant pass from Dyson Daniels. Now, you can argue it was a foul, but no foul called, and it's Heat ball after the officials discuss and move it back to Miami. Heat going to go 2 for 1. Herro pull up 3. Kaboom! Herro, second 3. He's got 16. Heat back in front by 7. Boy, Herro's return welcomed Jalen Johnson and 1. Andrew Wiggins got blown by and then commits the foul. Andrew Wiggins has been awful tonight. Tyler Herro's been phenomenal tonight. 21 seconds to go in the first half. Heat will have final possession as Johnson makes it a 4-point game. $10 points, 11 boards for Johnson in the first half. My goodness. Larsson having it. Now over to Bam. 8 to go. Adebayo at the elbow. Spinning. Pump fake. Up and under move. Banks it home with the left hand. What a move by Adebayo. Alexander-Walker at the buzzer comes up short. Heat up 6, 57, 51. Adebayo really struggling with his jump shot today, but has been putting on a clinic in the paint. His footwork tonight has been remarkable. He finishes the first half with 12 points. What a first half for the Heat's 2 young building blocks, combining for 28 points. Adebayo and Norman Powell. And Tyler Herro, excuse me. We'll look at some stats here in a second, but grade the Heat's first half, A, B, C, D, or F, as we head to the break. Wow, I wish I didn't take the moron Zaccharie Risacher points. He's got 0 at the half. Davion's got 2. Bryce Sensaball's only got 3 halfway through the third quarter. I took his less on 21.5. I would have cashed on Prize Picks if it wasn't for freaking Risacher. He's probably not scoring 9. He stinks. But I see a lot of Bs. I see a lot of B minuses. I see a B plus. I think a B is a fair grade. Played really well in the first quarter. Hawks got hot from 3 in the second quarter to come back, but still were able to weather the storm and go into the half up 6. Yeah, Jesus, I don't like it either. Yeah, Don Love, that's tough. That's tough, man. Dude, I'm seeing the video of that eye injury again. My God, that is gruesome, dude. At the Olympics. All right, we're back. Sorry for the quick delay there. Our internet and streaming service went down. So a little break in the action there. But we're back. We're back. I got nervous for a second. Got nervous. What eye injury? There's an eye injury in the Olympics where they were like speed skating and like someone slipped, a skate went in the air and blasted a girl in the eye, and you could see the blood immediately. Like you partially can't see out of the eye. It got skated, crushed, done. Scary. You can find it on Twitter or X. I'll advertise. It's not for the weak. First half stats. Let's look at the team stats, then we'll get into some individual stats here. Heat shooting just under 50%. They've struggled from three, which is the difference in this one. It's why Miami went from up 15 to up 6. Atlanta went nuclear from three in the middle part of that second quarter. CJ McCollum and Nickeil Alexander-Walker combined for 5 made three-pointers in the middle part of that second period. They're 8 of 21 from three, better than the Heat's 5 of 18. The free throw line, relatively even. Miami out-rebounding Atlanta, good. Each team has the same amount of turnovers. So, pretty even game. The only difference is that the Hawks have 3 more made threes. The Heat have 3 more made shots total. Have been able to get out and run a little bit more. As we look at some individual stats, leading scorer for Miami, no one other than Tyler Herro in his return to the lineup. Off the bench, 16 points, 4 boards on efficient shooting. No surprise that he has no assists. Just kidding. He actually averaged 5 assists last season, but in this new styled offense, less Herro pick and rolls as the ball handler, much more free-flowing, less opportunities for assists, so not going to really make a big deal of that for no reason. Bam Adebayo really struggling with his jump shot today. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. 0 for 2 on mid-ranges. Also 0 for 2 at the free throw line. But has been able to get to the rim and finish with ease. 12 points, 4 assists, 4 boards. Low-key on triple-double watch. Has really put on a display of footwork in the post and on Euro steps and drives to the rim. It's been very pretty for Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro offensively. Norman Powell has 10 points as well, struggling with his shot tonight. 2 of 6 from 3. All of them open, too. Rare to see him miss so many good looks. Pelle Larsson, even with Herro back, started this game as the Heat went away from their double big lineup. Larsson doing it all here. 6 points, 4 boards on 3 of 5 shooting. Like what I've seen from Pelle Larsson today. Davion Mitchell hasn't done much in this one. Defended well. Jakucionis, I like what I've seen. Even though he hasn't scored, he has been really active on the glass and defensively. I think the rookie just continuing to show why he deserves more and more minutes. Andrew Wiggins has been horrible tonight. 3 points, 1 of 6 from the field, a turnover, an offensive foul. Like, he has just been way all over the place. And it's disappointing to see there. Jaime Jaquez, been relatively quiet. Classic 2 turnovers from Jaime, driving into traffic for no reason and turning it over. Kel'el Ware in some minutes off the bench, 4 points, 4 boards. Had a couple buckets early. He only played 7 minutes in that first half. Minutes distribution, interesting. Jakucionis with 8, Ware with 7 off the bench, Jaquez with 11 off the bench, Herro with 13. A lot of quick substitutions for Miami tonight. Felt a little hockey-ish at the beginning of that game where it's like every 4 minutes, Miami making a change. We have not seen Jovic, Fontecchio, Dru Smith, or Keshad Johnson tonight. Those are the only 4 players for Miami not to check in. I wondered with Herro returning if Fontecchio's time as that off-the-bench offensive creator and shooter would go away, and indeed it has. And that is the first half stats in this game. We got 24 more minutes of basketball to see if the Heat can get to 30 wins on the year. 29-27. Why do you hope we get Dru Smith in XRP? Why do you want to see Dru Smith? Major, there's no way you're pining for Trevor Keel's minutes, dude. Why would you want to see Trevor Keel's play? Probably about another 4 or 5 minutes away from the second half getting underway. Yeah, I saw that, Jesus. That's crazy. I mean, you can't complain about the Heat's defense today. They held the Hawks to 51 points, even though Atlanta got hot there in the second quarter. I mean, 51 points has been really good. Hell yeah, Monty. Monty's lit watching the Heat. Respect. Major, he's shooting 39%. It's 39.9%. Like 40% is good. It's not lights out. That's like above average, but it's the G League. If he was shooting 50%, different story. It's 40%, Major. Like, that's not that elite to it's like, oh, this guy has to play. Cole Swider did better in the G League shooting. I'm not trying to knock Trevor Keels, but to say he deserves minutes, like, that's just a joke. Guy was on an Exhibit 10 contract. No, a lot of people are asking no third quarter, please. Hey, we'll see. We will see. Major, Jovic is out of the rotation, though. So, like, you can't use that excuse or that reasoning. Jovic isn't in the rotation. Like, let's be real here. Do you want to play Trevor Keels over Myron Gardner? No. Gardner's been great when he's gotten minutes for Miami. Are you playing him over Tyler Herro? No. You playing him over Jakucionis? No. You playing him over Jaquez? No. Are you playing him over Kel'el Ware? No. So, like, why are you trying to, like, just because he's a new guy on this Heat roster, like, why are you trying to play him? Who are you playing him over? The Heat are fully healthy. He should never see a single minute. Like, Trevor's been good in the G League, but, like, I've seen better. Jameer Young's better in the G League. And Jameer Young's been on a two-way contract with us all year long. So, Major, you asked me to prove you wrong. I just did. Leading scorer for each team tonight, Tyler Herro off the bench in 13 minutes, had 16 points, 8 shots. Really efficient for Tyler tonight. CJ McCollum off the bench for Atlanta, 13 points in 15 minutes. All right, second half, about to get underway. Heat up 6, looking to get their final 26-game stretch of the season post-All-Star break off to a hot start. Chance to get back-to-back wins as you return home to play the tanking Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night. And we're back in action. Same starting lineup for each team. Hawks start with the ball here. Alexander-Walker to the corner, out to Risacher. Now Daniels attacks. Swings it to Alexander-Walker. One more to Okongwu. Corner three, good. Second three of the game for Okongwu. And the lead is cut in half for Miami on the first possession. Larsson isolated on the left wing, guarded by Risacher. This possession's going nowhere. Now Davion Mitchell, pick and roll. Mitchell to the corner. Wiggins for three. Good! Good to see Wiggins hit a triple there after starting this game so poorly. 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 6 from the field. Hits that one. Now second triple of the game, and then commits a foul trying to get a steal. Cheap one from 80 feet. First foul of the half. Correct, Major. He's got a two-way contract, dude. He's not good. Two-way players are not good. 99% of them are not NBA caliber. And if they are, they get upgraded to a standard contract like Myron Gardner was. And even he gets maybe 5 minutes a night. Heat up 6. Norman Powell, left wing 3, comes up short. Good defense, Miami. Andrew Wiggins with a second block of the night. Hits it out of bounds, and they say it actually was blocked off of Alexander-Walker's shoulder. Heat ball. Hawks don't get back on defense. Powell, 3. No. Norman Powell, 2 of 8 from 3 tonight. Now Atlanta the other way. Okongwu inside. Missing. Adebayo with the board. Good defense by Bam. Pitch ahead. Mitchell throws it high. Larsson saves it to Bam. Bam to the rim. A lot of contact, no call. Here comes Atlanta. Jalen Johnson to the rim. Missing the floater over Wiggins. Ball tipped around. Grabbed by Wiggins. Outlets to Mitchell. 3-on-3. Davion crossover to the rim. Lefty layup. Timeout Atlanta. Looks like an LA Fitness run out there. Miami up 8. Timeout Hawks. First time out of the second half, let's tell you about our sponsor. Today's stream is brought to you by Prize Picks, and we're in the home stretch of the basketball season, which means every dunk, Every board, every dime means more on Prize Picks. And right now, you can get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 only on Prize Picks. It's so simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you are correct, you could cash in. And if you're not someone who likes basketball that much, well, guess what? You can do golf. You can do hockey. Baseball's just around the corner. Prize Picks lets you customize the way you play. They have a great feature, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might not have to wait until the game finishes to cash out and make some money. My entry for today's action around the association, I'm going less on Davion Mitchell, 8.5 points. He was questionable for this game with an illness. Herro back in the lineup for Miami. Going more on Zaccharie Risacher, 8.5 points for the Hawks. And going less on Bryce Sensabaugh, 21.5 points in that Jazz game against Memphis. It's a tank fest. I think he goes less. Join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks right now. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks sponsoring today's show. I actually think I would win this lineup if Risacher gets to 9 points. Sensabaugh has 7, so he'd have to score 15 more points in 9 minutes of game. And Mitchell would have to score 5 points the rest of the way. Don't know if I see that. I don't know. Risacher kind of stinks. Not kinda. He does stink. Number 1 overall pick in last year's draft, 2 years ago, 2024. Can't score 9 points. All right, let's see if the Heat can get this W on the road. Okongwu gets us rolling over to Alexander-Walker inside. Drop off to Daniels. Back to NAW. Inside to Okongwu. Okongwu back out. Jalen Johnson, that's an offensive foul. Just absolutely went up and drilled Larsson in the face. Offensive foul. Did Pelle Larsson get hit in the face? Yes, he did. And they're going to challenge. The bucket from Johnson is good. I don't know. That's not a foul on Larsson. I think this is going to stand. But timeout on the floor. $348 people watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get to 350 likes during this review. We're 18 away. Let's get to 150. 9:23 to go in the third quarter. Let's get to that 150 like number. I think that foul is going to stand. Like, maybe they remove it and just say bucket, no foul, like, either way. But I don't know, man. What's up, bro? 15 likes away from 150. Let's get there. What's the score of that? Oh, wow. St. Louis in front. Purdue hammering Indiana. Checks out there. 8 likes away from 150. Hit that like button. What's my favorite beer? I think I just would say Miller Lite. If I'm going basic, Miller Lite's probably the answer there. That would probably be my statement. Call on the floor stands. It is going to be an offensive foul on Jalen Johnson. No bucket. It's a big call. Heat up 10 after a bucket by Andrew Wiggins. Risacher can't answer, gets his own offensive rebound, and now Alexander-Walker airmails a three. Bodies hit the deck, and it will be a turnover back to Atlanta. (64-54). Jalen Johnson with a top of the key triple. He connects. 7-point game. Davion Mitchell, corner three. Can't rattle it home. Johnson with the rebound. Heat are 6 of 22 from three. Atlanta 10 of 24. Dyson Daniels thought about loading up a triple. Passed it up. Now spins. Gets to the rim. But misses. Own rebound. Out to Okongwu three. Good. And it's a 4-point game just like that. Larsson fouled by Risacher on the drive. It'll be side out. Larsson driving again, gets to the rim and finishes. What a drive and finish by Pelle Larsson. He's got 8 points. Jalen Johnson backing down on Davion Mitchell. Kicks it out to Dyson Daniels. He cannot shoot. Comes up way short there. Adebayo with the board. Pitch ahead to Wiggins. Wiggins crossover. Stripped but gets it back. Powell with a running bank shot. Too strong. And the ball goes out of bounds, though, off the Hawks. It will be Heat ball on the baseline. Dyson Daniels is shooting 13% from three. Powell fouled in the act of shooting. And it will be 2 free throws for Norman Powell. Larsson left wing, driving, stripped, loose ball. Davion picks it up. He drives baseline, kicks to the corner. Wiggins, three at the buzzer. Good! Wiggins with his second three of the quarter, third of the game. And Miami's lead is 9. 11 points for Wiggins. Alexander-Walker with a pull-up deep two. Too strong. Adebayo with the board. Bam. Pushing. Attacking on Okongwu. Drop off to Larsson. What a feed by Bam. And the Heat lead is back up to double digits. 14-6 run here for Miami. Chance to keep it going after a missed three by Jalen Johnson. And then he follows Mitchell. Good start to this third period for Miami. Adebayo is on triple-double watch. 12.7 rebounds, 5 assists. .11 Heat lead as Kel'el Ware and Jaquez check in. Powell doubled, resets to Wiggins. His three, no good. Atlanta with the board. Corey Kispert into the game. He's got 5 points. Over to Dyson Daniels. Back to Kispert. Top of the key triple. No good. Rebound Jaquez. Jaquez over to Powell in transition. That's an offensive foul. Yeah. Norman Powell, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking there. That was terrible. I don't know what Norman Powell was thinking. Ninth turnover of the game for the Heat. Jalen Johnson with a Euro step. Misses. Gets his own rebound back. Misses again. Ball's still loose, and Kel'el Ware tracks it down. Good hustle there for Kel'el. Wiggins has an advantage, guarded by McCollum. They double. Swung. Davion, 3. Good! And the lead is ballooned up to 14. Heat, 3 of 7 from 3 this quarter. McCollum, goodness gracious, he's hot. Answers. He's got 16 off the bench. Ware, wide open for 3. Too strong. .11 lead. McCollum driving, gets to the rim, and finishes. The Heat have no answer for CJ McCollum. He cooked Miami in Miami, and he's doing it again. Heat want to talk things over. They call timeout. Just tweet this out. How do the Heat not have a single player that can guard CJ McCollum? Not a single guy. Not a single guy on the Heat can guard CJ McCollum. Unbelievable. CJ McCollum went for like 25 against you 3 weeks ago, and he's now about to put up another 20 spot here tonight. Crazy. CJ McCollum's been better for Atlanta than Trae Young was. At least this season. Jakucionis and Herro into the game off the bench. This lineup played really well together in that first quarter. Jaquez attacking Jalen Johnson. Running shot. Gets the roll. What a finish by Jaquez. And they go back in front by 11. 4 minutes to go in the third. Jakucionis defending McCollum. McCollum gets to by and swings it out. Jalen Johnson now. Step through. Can't finish. Rebound Londell. He can't finish either. He'd have numbers if they push. Jaquez to Herro. Herro didn't see it, and the Heat have to reset. Jaquez spinning, fading away from 8 feet. Good. Jaime Jaquez Jr. back-to-back buckets. McCollum throws it away, but they call a foul. I don't know where the foul was there. That was just an errant drive and pass by the veteran. Larsson defending McCollum on this possession. McCollum throws it away. Jakucionis with the steal. Finds Jaquez. Oh my God, Jaime just missed a point-blank layup in transition. Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable. And now the Hawks get a bucket inside. The Heat were out of rotation defensively. Jaquez left wing, backing down on Jalen Johnson, spinning fadeaway, no good. I'm sorry, I don't want to fucking watch Jaquez isolation work 4 straight possessions. That's what we just watched. Jalen Johnson missing. What a rebound by Kasparas Jakucionis. Doing the little things, coming from behind to steal it away from Jock Landale. Herro now the other way, attacking. Bank shot good. Herro now with 18. Lead for Miami is 13. Nickeil Alexander-Walker lines up a 3. Connects. Herro feeling it, driving, running bank shot again. No, that time too strong. What a rebound. Kel'el Ware amongst traffic, but misses the putback. Minute 40 to go in this third quarter. McCollum foul on the floor before he launches the 3. It'll be side out for Atlanta. Last time Herro played January 15th. It's been over a month. He's coming back with a vengeance. McCollum, pull up 3. Too strong that time. Good rebound by the rookie. Jakucionis pushing the pace. Up ahead to Larsson. Larsson with a pump fake and drive. He's fouled, and it's 2 free throws coming for Pelle Larsson, who's just been downright awesome for the Heat tonight. Wait, they're going to say it's on the floor? That's crazy. Larsson was in the act of shooting. That's fucking so bad. Side out for Miami. Ware open for 3. Connects. Kel'el Ware finally bottoms the triple. Struggled early in this one. He was 0-2 from 3. Makes that one. Nickeil Alexander-Walker spinning on Jaquez. Kicking to the corner. Now handoff to Kispert for 3. No good. Rebound Larsson. Larsson attacking Kispert. Running shot. Gets it to go. Pelle Larsson. 12 points. Heat lead is 15. Largest of the second half. McCollum. Drops it inside. Stolen by Larsson. Heat in transition. Jakucionis. Easy layup. Heat up 17. Defense. Offense. Larsson. You are fantastic. McCollum to the rim. No rim deterrence there. That was bad defense. $20 points for McCollum off the bench tonight. Jaquez driving on Gay, spinning. Out to Herro, 4 on the shot clock. Herro fires a contested 3. No good. Rebound to Atlanta. 4, 3. Alexander-Walker. Good if it goes at the buzzer. And it does. And that's a big shot for Atlanta to cut the lead down to 12 going into the fourth quarter. Big 3 for the Hawks to make it a 12-point game entering the final 12 minutes. It is fourth quarter time. Spam those fours. Spam those fours. Shout out Pelle Larsson. But get those fours up. Get those fours up. Shout out JJ, Rome, Dad, Pineapple, Moonlight, Forever, Shay, Daniel. Hot Dog. Shout out Monty, William, Joker. Heat 1.5 games behind the Sixers for the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. Plays Philadelphia next week in a big game. Heat will have a chance to stack a couple victories here as they're home tomorrow night on the second night of a back-to-back against a bad Grizzlies team who is currently beating the Jazz by 13, though. I really wish the Heat were winning by a lot, but Zaccharie Risacher was doing anything. So for my prize picks, but that's not going to happen. Heat start the fourth quarter with the ball up 12. Larsson. Pump fake. Bank shot. No. Ware misses the putback slam. Gets his own rebound again. Misses again. Gets his third rebound. Puts it up and in. Kel'el Ware on his third opportunity gets it to go. He's got 9 points. 4 of 11 shooting is abysmal on 9 points, but hey, it's fine. Heat up 14. Kickball, Miami. We stay with Atlanta. Crying at Kel'el Ware playing like Angel Reese. Crying. A little wet spot here on the court and on the basketball. Got to wipe it off. Jaquez defending Alexander-Walker. Heat go to a zone look for the first time tonight. No good on a jumper from NAW. Rebound to Jakucionis. Jakucionis leading the break. Finds a trailing Ware. Ware attacking Londell. Ware with a pretty spin move and bucket off the glass. That was as good as a move I've seen Kel'el Ware make, I think, in his NBA career. Off the dribbles, pump fake, reverse bank shot. That's pretty. McCollum with a floater, no good. Ware with a rebound. I don't know what's gotten into Kel'el Ware. This little couple-minute stretch has been phenomenal. Heat out and running. Jakucionis, baseline drive. In the corner, resets it to Herro. Herro calls for a screen. Ware gives it to him. 4 on the shot clock. Herro, crossover. Deep 2, rattles home. Herro with 20 points. Heat up 18, largest lead of the game. Jock Landale, free throw line jumper, no good. Ware with another board. Kel'el Ware with a double-double off the bench. Herro, pick and roll with Ware, back to Kel'el, top of the key triple. It's good! What a sequence! Kel'el Ware dominating to start this fourth quarter. Heat up 21. Largest lead of the game for Miami. The Hawks need a timeout. Spam those fireball emojis. What a sequence for Kel'el Ware. Heat up 21. Looking to close this one out strong. Rome, Dread, Slaying Cat, Pineapple, Levi, Tie Man. Spam those fireball emojis. What a Kel'el Ware sequence in this fourth quarter. Love seeing the chat on fire. Like, listen, Rome, like, I don't know, Kel'el Ware, like, I'm telling you, his talent is through the roof. It's just all about applying it. Like, and this was always my issue with Kel'el, and I think why Spo had issues with him at times, is because if you guys are watching the game alongside me, and having the game up and then me up alongside, or vice versa, the effort Kel'el Ware has given on the glass defensively, fighting, like for boards, defending, the energy he has played with in the 2 minutes to start this fourth quarter is unbelievably good. If he does that every time he's on the court, this guy can be an all-star. Because not many people are going to be able to compete with him if he plays with that energy level, that demeanor, with his skill set, talent, and athleticism. But, like, we need to see it that more consistently. Like, Ware does this every night, and we're going to be talking with reckless abandon. We're back here. Same lineup for Miami that's been absolutely killing it. CJ McCollum driving on Larsson. Finds a driving Dyson Daniels who misses a floater. 9-0 Heat run. Looks to continue. Herro. To Ware. Ware now Jakucionis. Jakucionis Ware. Lobbing. Ware. Fouled. Free throws for Ware. Jakucionis lobbed it up. The rookie should have honestly just stopped and tried to hit a little floater there. Instead got aggressive with the lob. But hey, it's going to result in 2 free throws. Oh no, they're going to say it was not a shot from Ware, so side out. Kel'el Ware sets a screen for Herro. Herro rejects it. 4 on the shot clock. Herro driving. Pull-up free throw line jumper. Good. Oh, my. Tyler Herro cooking on all cylinders tonight. Heat lead up to 23. Jalen Johnson probing, kicking. It's Okongwu, corner 3. Good. That snaps an 11-0 Heat run. Jakucionis, defended by Alexander-Walker. It's a Kel'el Ware, corner 3, air ball. Not ideal there. Alexander-Walker the other way, driving to the rim, finishing with the left hand. Jaquez blocked by Okongwu, out to Jakucionis. Jakucionis to the rim. How is that not a foul? Late whistle, but finally the right one. Jakucionis clearly hit on the arm there. Ridiculous it took that long to get a foul call, but the rookie's heading to the line. Jakucionis makes the first free throw. I like when the rookie attacks the rim. Like, he has one of the lowest rim field goal percent rates in the entire NBA. Like, it's basically 3-point or nothing for Jakucionis, but he was a good finisher at Illinois last season. I'd like to see him look to drive to the rim more in the final 26 games of the season. Makes both free throws as Miami's lead grows to 20. Heat zone gets beat on the backdoor cut. Okongwu finishes inside. Jakucionis, nice crossover. Picks up his dribble too early there. Keep it alive. Ware now attacking Okongwu. Airball's a floater. Ware still gets beat when he's contacted at that lower body. Jalen Johnson down the highway, fouled and one. And the Hawks can cut it to 15 here. Triple-double for Jalen Johnson. I didn't realize Jalen Johnson was averaging 8 assists this year. My goodness. 15-point lead for Miami. This game's not over yet. Davion Mitchell back in. So is Bam. Mitchell driving, kicking. Wiggins to the rim. Missing. And Atlanta with the board. Hawks continuing to have a chance to claw back in. They're on a 10-2 run over the last minute and 40. But Herro with the steal. And Herro goes coast to coast. Finishes with the left hand. Big play by Tyler Herro. Now up to 24 points. Okongwu with a spinning finish inside over Herro. That was pretty. 20 points for Okongwu today. 7 of 10 shooting. Herro. Bam. Pick and roll. Herro finds the cutting Jaquez on the baseline. Lulled the Hawks to sleep and pounced with the layup. Third assist for Herro tonight. He's been phenomenal in his return off the bench. What a feed by Alexander-Walker. Okongwu on the slip for a dunk. 15-point Heat lead halfway through this final quarter. Heat looking to start the post-All-Star break schedule with a W. We'll tell you about our sponsor on today's show, and then we'll get back into the action for the final 6 minutes. Today's stream is brought to you by Prize Picks, and we're in the home stretch of the basketball season, which means every dunk, every board, every dime means more on Prize Picks. And right now, you can get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 only on Prize Picks. It's so simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you are correct, you could cash in. And if you're not someone who likes basketball that much, well, guess what? You can do golf. You can do hockey. Baseball's just around the corner. Prize Picks lets you customize the way you play. They have a great feature, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might not have to wait until the game finishes to cash out and make some money. My entry for today's action around the association, I'm going less on Davion Mitchell, 8.5 points. He was questionable for this game with an illness. Herro back in the lineup for Miami. Going more on Zaccharie Risacher, 8.5 points for the Hawks. And going less on Bryce Sensabaugh, 21.5 points in that Jazz game against Memphis. It's a tank fest. I think he goes less. Join me and the millions of others on Prize Picks right now. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's show. If you have not already, hit that sub on over 500 people watching on the road to 28,000 subscribers. We'll be live again tomorrow night for a Saturday night stream as Miami is returning home to take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Looking to get a win in Atlanta tonight to improve to 30-27 and get a win tomorrow as well to get to 31-27. I remember I put a future on the Heat to win 39 games. I put over 38.5 wins preseason on Miami. We are 10 away. The Heat have 26 games left. So the Heat can go 10-16 to close the year. And I would still hit my over on the Heat win total. I was stunned that Vegas thought the Heat's win total was 38-39. Crazy. Eric Spoelstra will sleepwalk to 40 wins every year. For better or for worse. Because you're never going to be that bad to get a top 5 pick or anything. But, you're going to get 40 wins every year. All right, we're back. Final 6-minute stretch here. Davion Mitchell out of the timeout. Almost turns it over. Norman Powell saves it. Jaquez swinging. Davion with a 3. No good. Rebound, Miami goes out of bounds. It will go to Atlanta. $15-point game. Hawks turn it over. Jalen Johnson throws it away. Jaquez dumps it inside the Bam. Bam immediately doubled. They kick it around to Wiggins. Wiggins to the rim for an easy dunk. Defense out of rotation because they doubled Bam, and the Heat take advantage. Wiggins now with 13. McCollum cooking for Atlanta tonight off the bench with 20. Jalen Johnson with a running floater. Too strong. Ball loose. Still loose, and the Heat come up with the rebound. 5 minutes to play. Jaquez spinning, kicking, and the Heat reset. Powell to the rim, and one! Norman Powell! A quiet game for Norman, but makes his presence known here late with the and one opportunity. Type those 2 4s. Type those 2 4s. And the Heat's lead back up to 20. Powell with 13. Four and a half to play here. Heat close to closing this one out. McCollum with a 3. No good. Powell with the rebound. Bam with a top of the key triple. Connects! Adebayo's first 3 of the game. And that's going to probably put it away. 23-point deficit as the Hawks only have 4 minutes left to overcome it. Alexander-Walker throws it away. Heat with the steal. Powell to the rim. Bucket. Bowl game. 25-point lead. 10-0 Heat run in the last minute and a half. Biggest lead of the game for the Heat, as they're going to get a win in their first game out of the All-Star break. Okongwu misses the hook shot over Bam, and now the Heat offense will go into quote-unquote 4-minute mode if you're aware of NFL terms, looking to lower the shot clock under 10 every time they have it. Bam fouled on the reach-in. Are they going to say in the act of shooting or not? Looks like the Hawks might empty their bench here, and the Heat are going to start their final 26-game stretch of the season with a win on the road against the Hawks, who were the team behind them in the standings. Miami currently the 8 seed, a half game behind Orlando, game and a half behind Philadelphia for the 6 seed. Hawks were the 9 seed, trailing by a couple of games, will now grow to 3. Hawks officially empty their bench now. And Adebayo to the rim with a 2-handed slam. And the Heat are going to empty their bench at the next dead ball. And you got Let's Go Heat chance in Atlanta. Risacher, fade away at the free throw line. No good. And the rebound falls to the Heat. And the Heat are going to get a dominant victory here. Miami's actually going to call a timeout just for the purpose to get the substitutions in. This one is in hand, folks. Big win for the Heat out of the All-Star break. Spam those W's. Spam those W's. Mark, Zezus, Levi, Rome, William, Kane Angel, Eric, all spamming those W's. I love to see it. A dominant performance on the road for Miami tonight. Beautiful to watch. Wow, Cavs won again on the road tonight. Cavs are hot. Beat the Hornets. Kneppel dropped 33. God, he is good. Did not anticipate him being that good. The Grizzlies, who the Heat will host tomorrow night, won by 9 at home against the Jazz tonight. Jovic, Fontecchio, Smith, Johnson, and Gardner are on the floor for the Heat. Nikola Jovic fouled on the floor, but the Heat are in the bonus, so free throws for Nikola. Love what I saw from Miami tonight. Tyler Herro off the bench only played 23 minutes, 24 points in 23 minutes on 14 shots. That's impressive stuff for Tyler Herro in his first game in over a month. I mean, Pineapple, they traded Darius Garland. Like, that's a relatively big player to trade to get Harden. That's not Skittles. That would be the equivalent of Miami trading Tyler Herro for James Harden. Jovic splits the pair as DeMarre Carroll misses the pull-up. Carroll, once again, finds the cutting Kispert as we just weather this game down. I'd like to see no fouls called. Let's just end the game here. Heat up by nearly 30. Fontecchio to the corner. The dunk contest winner, Keshad Johnson, buries a triple. And the Heat's lead is 30. (12-3) of the game for Miami. Risacher with a triple. Makes it. Fuck you, Zaccharie Risacher. Your inability to do anything cost me money. Because Davion went less, Sensabaugh went less, but Risacher stinks. 3 points from the former number 1 overall pick. Fontecchio answers with a 3. I will forgive Risacher if he hits 2 garbage time triples in the final minute 15 to get 9 points. I will forgive you, Zaccharie. He's 1 of 7. He sucks. 1 of 7. Good win for the Heat on the road to start their post-All-Star break schedule. Also, got to rest some of their starters. Risacher fouled. He's getting free throws. This guy's unbelievable. Does he score 6 points in the final minute 10 to stat pad his way to 9 points? Oh, that'd be full-body chills, folks. He'll probably miss 2 free throws, hit a 3, and then miss a 3 in the final possession. That's my prediction. Made the free throw. You could get up to 5 points here, so I would need 2 buckets in the final minute. This could be the greatest Prize Picks hit of all time. Because Mitchell already went less. He splits the pair. He sucks. He's got 4 points. So he needs 5. He sucks. I hate Risacher. Keshad Johnson, floater, good. Somehow Risacher hit a 3. Oh my God, he's going to put one up. He misses. I fucking hate him. I think he's one of my top 5 most hated players in the NBA right now. He's 1 of 8 from the field. He's horrible. Myron Gardner and 1. And the Heat are going to win this one by 30 plus. And Wallace and Gardner are going to have roofs. I can't believe I said DeMarre Carroll earlier, going back to the 2016 days. Myron Gardner converts the three-point play. I can't believe Zaccharie Risacher is 1 of 8 from the field. He is horrible. Maybe one of the worst players I've ever seen in my entire life. Why are we calling ticky-tack fouls with 30 seconds to play? This is ridiculous. Heat and Hawks still playing hard. Foul. I just can't believe what I'm watching. Can't believe what I'm watching. That's going to finally do it. My goodness. Only took a gazillion freaking seconds to finish it. Heat win on the road, 128-97, a dominant 31-point win. Heat get their 30th win of the year. Tyler Herro with 24 points off the bench in his return. Led the entire game in scoring. No one scored more points tonight than Tyler Herro. Nobody scored more than Tyler Herro. Big win. Good win. And just like that, the Heat improved to 30-27. And as we look at the standings, the Heat are now a game behind the Philadelphia 76ers. A game behind the 76ers for the 6th seed, a half a game behind the Magic, who do not play tonight. The Magic play the Suns tomorrow. The Sixers play the Pelicans. So there's a world, if the Pelicans beat the Sixers, the Suns beat the Magic, and the Heat beat the Grizzlies tomorrow, the Heat are in the 6th seed slot in the standings. Good win. We'll be live tomorrow for Heat Grizzlies. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us. Go Heat. Peace out. Nice win.